Hi guys, this is George, and coming here to give you an update on where I am at with the Aaron Newlands contest build. So, uh, what we got here is it's a little bit harder than what I thought it was going to be. But here we have are the two kind of like feet track of the robot. So, it's just really mainly these two pieces went straight together, glue them up. Well, as you can see, there is fill everywhere. So hopefully, I know right in here, I'm not going to see because it's going to be the track. But here you will, here you will, here you will. So I had to go back through and make sure that was all filled in really good. Back here too, on this one here too, on the very bottom. Filled all that up in there too. But I've almost got all this done. I want to go back and resand. I still got a little bit more of Tamiya's. There you go. Tamiya's putty in here, and that should also help out and fill all that in there. So I want to make sure I don't see any one of those seam lines that are in there. So, but we got these two together here, and then also we have the tracks, and the tracks come in three pieces. So as you can see, they got these little dimples, little round little pads on there. But the way they want you to put these on is I take this one right here and see if I get the right way. And I do. So they take these and they put them on here like that. So it goes like that, and then they really wanted you to glue them all together. Well, if I do that, let me get this on here. Yep. Do this without snapping it. There we go. Come on, baby. There it is. So this is what the bottom half of it pretty much is going to look like. Okay, but here's the issue. This would be a pain in the butt to paint. So because they want you to paint the underside of this brown, and then they want you to paint the tracks. Paint the tracks. So the underside is brown here, and then the tracks are dark blue, and then these little brown things that are under the pads are going to be silver. So what I came up with is I came up with these little metal, they aren't really rods because they're real flat, but this really all it is this extra PE pieces. What I had is this PE set right here. I don't know where I got it from, but I had it forever, and I just cut the outer edges over here. They're about the same size as the grooves that they had in these tracks right here. You can see that or not, but you can see it. But here's some grooves, and I put them in here just like I did on here, and then I can bend it to shape to fit into the other groove, so it kind of turns around. But I did that, and that's where I got the form of this. So now my intention is to spray paint all this brown like it's supposed to on the inside, and then I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we're going to try this. Paint all the circles gray, because that's what they're supposed to be, but I'm using enamel paint. And then I can go through, and the tracks, the outside of the tracks are supposed to be medium blue to match the robot. And so what I will do is paint that, and then go through and with some water, depending on what paint I use here, acrylic paint, and then go through and wipe all the blue off of the enamel paint. So I'm hoping that'll work. If not, then I'm going to have to go through and mask all of them. And it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 dots around each circle, and there's a ton of circles. So that's a lot of masking. But so I'm hoping this will work out. As you can see too, there's a joint here and there's a joint there. So I'm working on that, getting those filled up, and then there'll be an end joint here once I get it all put together. So I'm hoping once I get everything all painted up, I can just do a little touch up, and that will be it for that. So now here's an example of kind of what I'm dealing with here. So there's a seam line going across there that I sanded down the best I could, and then I'm putting this putty over to make sure I got everything all straight and everything. And so there's one here, there's some here, all through here. The circles weren't too bad. They're pretty easy there, but it's the flat parts that are kind of a pain. So, and once it's dry, I'll get all this all sanded off, and they are supposed to fit in this, which is this is going to end up actually being the legs. Those are the feet, and then these will be the legs going to the main and that connect together. So there's two of them. So this will fit inside of there, and then there's another one. Now I'm thinking, okay, how am I gonna fit that in there? Well, I screwed up. I shouldn't have glued these together. I was like, oh, I'll go ahead. I got time because I got filler and I'm waiting for the dry. I'll go ahead and move these legs and put putty around them, because I mean this edge right here was very bad. The joint on there, it was you could definitely tell there's a joint there. It was just a big indentation. So I filled all that in there with putty and glued everything together. And I'm like, after I got to looking, I was like, oh no, how am I going to fit that in there? So luckily I used just regular Tamiya glue, and since I used the Tamiya glue, I could always put it back on there and pull it apart. That's what I did here, so I can actually still fit it in there. But I'm gonna have to paint this first, because once I put this in here and get this going in there, there's no way. It's gonna be really hard to get all this painted white. And now I was thinking when I was doing the video, I'm gonna have to spray paint inside here too, because there's, as you can see in here, it's a pretty big gap. So, and then even though this goes inside there, you're only gonna see, you know, maybe half of it's gonna be taken up, the other half's gonna be painted blue. So once I get that fixed over here, I'm gonna have to somehow get in there, and I'm gonna spray everything blue so it looks nice, and then reseal it all back up. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that's gonna turn out too. So yeah, this, I thought it was gonna be an easy build. It's gonna be kind of a pain in the butt. So, but that's just the way modeling goes sometimes, especially when you get some of these older kits. So, but like I said, I'm not a pro. I just do this as a stress relief from work and stuff, and work on it in the evening times. The last thing I want to cover is we have this little plate here too. That's going to connect the two legs or the feet together, and along with it, they'll get a little more stability on there. And the instructions said to go ahead and just paint it all black. And I mean, it's got quite a bit of detail on here too, so it looks pretty nice on there. I don't want to just go ahead and paint it black. I don't know what the original one looks like, because it's really kind of hard to see because underneath, but I would imagine it wouldn't just be all black. So, I mean, some of these wires and stuff like that going through there, that would be black. But I'm wanting to do some silver in the boxes, and maybe some of the boxes black, and put some all different colors on there and stuff like that to make it really kind of come out, you know, you actually see the colors and stuff like that. So I want it to pop out, kind of like, so when you do look at it, it's like, ooh, wow, he did some detail underneath there. So we'll have to wait and see how that comes out too, but I'm gonna, at least I can start painting on that. So, well, that's what I got so far. Hopefully next week or so, probably next week, I'll come out with another update to see exactly where I'm at and how things turned out, and what's going on with that. So, thanks for watching.